What's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to talk about the month of June here for the Homeward Bound event that's coming up here, featuring actually Daken being the son of Wolverine, but as well being part of that new Mercs for Money, a team that's going to be setting up the stage here for the war meta quite soon here, especially given how relevant Old Man Logan has been, and with his legendary trial events wrapping up. Hopefully you guys have also been able to take advantage. But yeah, in today's video, guys, I want to talk about the monthly event, but I also want to talk about a potential trap event here that's going to be coming up actually pretty shortly here, and just given what we're seeing right now in terms of resources, what you be needing to do. But let's just start off here with the month of June. If you guys recall with these monthly events, right, you really want to be focusing on them because it takes basically the entire month to actually unlock everything that's included in this monthly milestone. It's consisted of these four main ones, each with a web milestone component. There's 4 quick rumbles, and then there's 3 alliance coordinated kind of milestones, all tying back to these big point items. These big point items being a mixture here, as you can see, the Weapon X helmet, cracked picture frame. On top of that, the dog tags, all these actually culminating together to give you the event rewards. Now, what I assess at the end of the day, especially being free to play, is how worthwhile are the rewards, right? And thankfully, you know, Marvel Strike Force does do an excellent job of giving us a breakdown of what to expect for this monthly event. Now, I quickly ripped through this yesterday already when I was going through the blog post, but again, there's a lot of good materials here for building up gear tier 16, 17, borderline 18 characters, and even the Daken shards aren't really that enticing because of the fact that most of you guys, if you've been following the last event, you know, the majority should have already unlocked Daken if you had crushed through the previous event free to play, or even if you opened up a couple of those orbs for power cores. Maybe you got the offers. Regardless, Daken should be in your disposal already. So it is kind of a moot point to include Daken into this monthly event because most folks likely will already have him unlocked, which means then the only incentive at this point then would be to take a look at, you know, what other resources are you getting from this monthly milestone and whether or not it's worth it, right? So as you can see, tons and tons of superior gear, tons and tons of superior catalysts as you're going through this monthly event. Obviously, the mutant gear is very, very enticing. This augmented mutant gear is going to be I think, a very big pivotal focus for the year, given the importance of the Age of X kind of synergy, but as well as Xavier getting set up for next year. So you really want to take advantage of as much mutant gear, obviously, as you can. On top of that, the Daken shards, and then at the very end, if you guys care about the collections, there is a Northern Lights frame. But otherwise, besides the, you know, sprinkle of gold here and there, as you can see, the 2 million, I wish they color coded this. I think they did a better job before when they released these previews, but it is what it is. I think the gold's gonna be good. I think the mutant gear is gonna be good, but definitely for the monthly event, the focus won't be on the Daken shards. So if you guys don't really care about Daken and you don't care about building up this potential Mercs for Money team, this monthly event might just be actually more of you taking a step from the game and actually relieving of yourself, getting you some more time back, because it's not really going to be a focus of mine. So I'm not really going to focus too much on these events, but I'll still give you guys all the breakdowns of what we would expect. Having said that, that's the wrap up here of the monthly event. So that kind of sets a stage of how hard do you want to try for these events. Now, the first week here of this Homeward Bound event is going to be the Sins of the Fodder, in addition to the web milestone component that's called the Shadow Web, right? And there's a couple things here that I do want to point out. It is a mixture here of spending in the campaign energy. It excludes Isolated Incursion for the main milestone, but if you raid with Spire Society characters, you're going to get additional points, in addition to these raid champion orb fragments, ideally giving us more fragments of some of these newer characters. The web component is actually going to be tied back to usage here of incursion campaign energy and using, once again, just participating in your raid battles. So let me actually just point this one out because it is simpler, and actually, to be honest, this milestone right here that we're looking at, this actually makes up 85% of what you're going to be needing to achieve anyway. So I would actually focus on this one because of the fact that there's going to be 2 main ways that you're getting points for this. The spending of incursion campaign energy, and by the way, we get about 144 each day, so that's going to count for 2 points per day, right? And this is a 7-day event. Or if you're playing through raid battles, each time you participate, you're also going to be getting 60 points per. So as you can see here, 5,500 points over 7 days is actually really not bad. You shouldn't have to use any of your power cores. You shouldn't have to expend any additional resources to get this done. This web milestone is very free to play friendly, so as long as you're engaged. If you're doing the math here and you're finding that you're lacking even what your daily target is, make sure you guys maybe supplement that or become more engaged at the end, because this right here is going to count for about 50,000 points, and that is like I said, it's going to be 85% of what you're going to be needing to hit as the minimum for the target of this main milestone. So just wrap that up in a nutshell. And on top of that, there's some dog tags here, which is going to help with the monthly. Now, let me show you the main milestone event here. And the reason why you may want to try harder is because there is a leaderboard here, and this leaderboard does once again reward these diamond Daken shards here, and it's going to give you a chance to elevate your Daken to another level, and on top of that, crimson gear obviously. But again, this is very Kraken whale territory in terms of dolphin spending. Maybe you can land the 1 to 3%, maybe the 4 to 10%, but either way, the 3 diamond actually starts at the top 1,000 players. So that's where some folks may likely try harder in terms of hoarding campaign energy and trying to push as high as you can, because that's what's going to be the tiebreaker, right? If you spend more campaign energy than your competitors, that's how you're going to rank higher on this leaderboard. Personally, free to play myself, I just want the bare minimum. I'm going to be going for the dog tags. On top of that, this is the one that does feature one of those specific items that are specialty that add us 50,000 points to the monthly, and that's the Weapon X helmet. Now, I also want to point out before I break this down, what's going on here is the scoring, right? Obviously, campaign energy, each single point of energy is going to be 3 per point, so that's huge. You're also going to get additional points here for raiding with actually the Spire Society team. Now, keep in mind too, typically with how these structured these events, these featured characters need to be 5 stars and above. So as you can see, we're really not going to be getting anything else because none of those characters that I have anyways are beyond 5 stars, and they're not farmable yet as well. But that's why it's so important that we do well in the web milestone that I pointed out earlier, which is the spending of incursion and participating through raids, because it's going to make up the bulk of it with some, a little bit of campaign energy spending here and there. So that's the scoring, guys. It's pretty simple. Make sure you're using your raids here with Spire Society. It's going to give you an easy 3,500 points, and then anything you can do extra with campaign energy is going to help immensely. So what are we looking at here? Well, even if you extend beyond milestone 16, that's where the crimson gear starts, and that's 113,000 points. I think that many dolphins and krakens are gonna go all the way to completing this milestone, because they're gonna want that 3 diamond and Daken. So that's why I just want to go for the bare minimum, get the gold while you can, and whatever we rank up here as is what we're going to take advantage of. Having said that, this is how it looks right now for the chart, guys. So as you can see, once again, to recap, Sins of the Father event here, 7-day event, campaign energy is 3 points per. Assuming you don't actually use any power cores during this duration of the 7 days, you're relatively around that 600 campaign energy per day. So for 7 days, that's about 13,000 points. Getting the 3,500 from the raids of those Spire Society characters available. And then finally, that big web milestone portion that I pointed out earlier, it's going to get you close to 67,000 points. As you can see here down below, guys, 67,000 points is going to easily get you milestone 12 there for the 59,000, which is the Weapon X helmet, and as well as 10 extra, luxury Daken shards. After that, if you go for the 69,000 points, that's an additional 25,000 dog tags. But guys, in my honest opinion, this is not going to make it or break it here for ultimately the monthly event, right? I'm just probably going to be gunning for this milestone 12 because I don't really care for this event, and I want to conserve my resources. If I don't need to use power cores, I won't, and we're going to be doing just fine with everything else, including the web milestone and just doing our thing. So watch out for this, guys. It's a big resource trap that I don't think folks are aware of, is that you don't need to use any power cores for this event. Just do your thing, be engaged, use your campaign energy, incursion, raids when you can, and then as well, just focus on making sure that you're on track with the milestones, get the rewards, get in, get out, and honestly spend more time just doing other things. You don't need to waste time with this event, as this is a trap, and it's just great for obviously the whales and spenders to fund this event for that 3 diamond Daken. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Hopefully it helps you stay on track. Let me know anything in the comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.